Welcome back to Wing Reviews. I am super excited for this review because we are flying on one of my favorite airplanes, the 777-300ER from London Heathrow. Today, we're going to be taking the American Airlines 777-300 from London Heathrow all the way back to Dallas. I just arrived on a British Airways flight, so if you want to see that, stay tuned. It will be posted soon. After I got off the plane, we were shuffled through a whole bunch of hallways until we arrived to the connecting gate section, and it was split off into multiple sections depending on what airline we were flying. And since I'm flying American, we went to the American and British Airways section up the stairs. They had their own little check-in area for American Airlines and British Airways. And then after we checked in for our flight, we went to another security area, which was not the normal section that you normally go to when you're coming from the city of London. It was super packed and there were so many people. We probably waited in line for like an hour to go through security, but once we finally made it back to the airside, we headed up to the lounge to get a quick break before our next flight back to Dallas. The lounge that we had access to through our credit card was the #1 lounge at London Heathrow. This lounge was super packed. There were so many people, but we didn't have to wait to get in because we had checked in while we were waiting in line at security, so they would put us on the wait list. But it was super full, and this lounge was kind of stuck in the back area. There was only a few windows. What's special about this lounge is that it even had a little movie theater where they were playing movies. The food options were very slim. There was only a few plates of chicken, rice, and a pancake maker that didn't really work. But it was just a good time to have a seat and take a break before we got on our 9.5-hour flight back to Dallas. After about 45 minutes in the lounge, we decided it was time to head down to the gate and get a good spot so we could board a little earlier. Once we traversed the London Heathrow Airport, it was crazy. But once we got down there, there was a massive line coming out of the gate. We couldn't even get to the waiting area, and we got in line and we had to show our passport and our boarding pass before we could just get into the waiting area of the gate, and they were already lining people up and getting ready to board. So once they called a boarding group, we went up, we showed our passport, waited in line again, and we were finally able to board. Now let's take a look at the seat map. American Airlines 777-300ER is basically the last plane in the US that still have first class on them. This plane has 8 first class seats, and what's special about these is they actually spin to face the window, which I think is so cool. But they have 8 first class seats, 52 business class seats, 28 premium economy, and 216 regular economy. This is a massive plane, and today we are sitting in economy, and we're going to be in row 21L. This row is special because it's set up as a 242 configuration instead of a 343 configuration, so there's not as many people on your row. As we board, we get to pass by the business class section, and I would absolutely love to fly business class. And you know what would help me out? If you subscribe and like this video, maybe I can fly business class in the future. But today, we're going all the way back to economy. Now that we've made it to a seat, let's take a little seat tour. The legroom is not too bad considering it's economy. And we even get our own personal Inflight Entertainment screen with a USB and a headphone jack. It also has one of those old remotes that you can pull in and out. And then a bifold tray table. It also has one seat back pocket with the safety card and a bag. The headrest is adjustable, and this is our amazing view out the window of the 777 wing. Also in the background there's an ANA 777-300ER. As everyone was done boarding, the captain came on and said that there was going to be a slight delay due to some passengers that were being removed from the flight. They were being disrespectful to the flight attendant, and they were kicked off the flight, so they had to get their bags removed and everything, so it did cause like a 30-minute delay. I guess it can't be an American Airlines flight without someone getting kicked off. In the meantime, let's take a look at what we got at our seat. So the first thing that we found was some earphones for the in-flight entertainment, and then also there was a scratchy pillow with one of those disposable single-use pillowcases, and then there was also a blanket, which wasn't too bad. As we were pushing back, we got this great view of another 777 pushing back at the gate next to us. On our way to the runway, I was looking out the window and I noticed that there was a British Airways Concorde sitting on the ramp next to the hangars, and I just thought that was super cool because I hadn't actually seen one of those in real life before. Now it's time to take off and head to Dallas-Fort Worth. 45 minutes after takeoff, the flight attendants came around and started offering the dinner meal for this flight. Today, we had the option of chicken or pasta, and I went with the chicken. The meal came with a little cup of salad, a brownie, some water, a bread roll, and then the main meal. We were given wooden utensils, which is good. I guess American Airlines is trying to be more environmentally friendly, and I was given 2 knives, and it actually came in handy because one of my knives broke in half. The chicken was not too bad, it tasted pretty good, and it was hot, so that is a bonus. The crew came around and asked us all to close our windows, and they darkened the cabin for us to get some sleep. I took this opportunity to go back and use the lavatories, and they were pretty clean. It all came with the standard baby change table, mirror, sink, and no extra amenities. But it was clean, and I will take a clean bathroom over extra amenities any day. Also, I had my Boeing shirt on today to celebrate that we are on the 777-300. This was a full flight. Every single seat was filled, and it's crazy because there was 4 flights a day nonstop from Dallas to London. 2 of them with the 777-300ER, one of them with the 787 Dreamliner, and one of them operated by the British Airways A380, and all those flights are always packed. So it's crazy to see that there's that much demand between Dallas and London. The American Airlines Inflight Entertainment is actually pretty good. It wasn't too laggy, and there was plenty of options for anything you're looking for in terms of movies, shows, music. It had everything you need. It will definitely keep you entertained during any flight. In the aft galley, the flight attendants also put out a basket of refreshments with water, juice, and pretzels. Just before landing, the flight attendants came around and handed us ice cream. It was a vanilla bean ice cream, and it was really good. The flight was definitely missing like another snack, not just ice cream. But I am not complaining. After about 9 hours, we were finally coming into land into Dallas-Fort Worth, so take a look at this great 777-300 landing. If you thought the excitement was over, you'd be wrong, because as soon as we touched down and we started taxiing, a big family got up and started walking around the cabin as the flight attendant was giving her briefing, thanking us for flying with the airline and all of that. And one of the other flight attendants started telling the family to sit down, but they didn't listen. They started walking around the cabin while we were taxiing, and then at the end of her speech, she said, "You don't need to sit down now." And they finally understood and sat down, but I didn't catch a video. I was not fast enough. It was crazy, and you really never know what you can expect to see on an American Airlines flight. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this flight today on the American Airlines 777-300ER from London to Dallas-Fort Worth. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will definitely answer them and get back to you. But thank you all so much, and make sure you like and subscribe, and have an amazing rest of your day.